looking around and seeing the face of people you began to consider friends is an odd feeling. They're friends, but they're not your friends and they're not your family. It sounds pessimistic, but that truly isn't the point. It's unfortunate, just reality. Moving to a new state and starting the next chapter of your life is daunting, scary, all too real. 1 second you're walking up in your own bed and your dog licking you awake, that's crazy.
Mom will cook is gone, and a new era of dining hall foods and cheap snacks take over.
I think back to this time when things were much simpler. My friends and I would have early release periods and use the time to go to the nearest Taco Bell.
Every other day, we show up to that Taco Bell at 2:55 p.m., order some spicy soft potato tacos, and talk about the most pressing issues in our lives. Sometimes it was college, but most times it was the most recent movie or TV show we had watched. It was easy, simple, and normal.
Hi, my name's Genesis. I'm from Los Angeles. I moved to New York City to go to college here. It's definitely been hard because I definitely miss my family. I'm a family girl, but it's also been such an amazing journey so far. I've been loving New York. I made some amazing friends that that I'm really happy to have met in New York City. But yeah, it's been amazing, and I hope you're having an amazing time in New York too.
In those moments, I didn't have to worry about starting a new life or working towards my future. I just had to worry about eating some tacos and enjoying the moment with my friends. These became more than just moments, however.
Because of this fateful restaurant sitting on the corner of the Dallas North Tollway and El Dorado Parkway, I made some of the most personal, meaningful connections of my life. Those connections are what has made moving such a difficult experience. I hold the memories I have with my friends very close to me, and moving to a place where I'd have to start over without them seems impossible.
It's not all bad. You're still receiving a college education, which means a good future and a good chance at stability. But the future is still years away, and the past was just a few weeks ago. This is all that's been racing through my mind as I've started college. People talk about this being the most transformational period of life, but they always leave out the fact that it's also the most confusing and tumultuous time. Over the last 4 weeks, my mind has been split between enjoying where I am but feeling jealous of others, being excited but missing my home, and being optimistic but dreading the future. That last part that I just read, very similar to me. All my friends go to state schools back home, and I'm from Nebraska, which is very different than New York City, obviously. But all my friends, they send videos and pictures of them at like crazy state school events, crazy parties, things like that, and those things exist here, but not in that accessibility to New York City students. Like, it's so easy for them to do that stuff every single day, and here it's a struggle to find out about those events. But at the same time, New York City has so much to offer compared to the Midwest. Like, everyone you've ever wanted to meet lives here. Every single profession is viable here. Back home, being a film major was not a thing you could do back home, but in New York, it's amazing, and it's something that I'm trying to get into as well. And there's so much art and creativity here, which is one of the reasons I moved, and I've wanted to live in New York City pretty much ever since I could remember. And one of the biggest reasons is for the art community and creative community that is right by NYU.
It feels narcissistic to think this way, as if no one else was experiencing these feelings. Of course they were, who wouldn't? But it just didn't seem it. I look at social media and see everyone out enjoying New York with their new friends. And yes, I know that social media is the worst way to view life. But even when I look at reality, it's not much different. I then turn to my hometown friends and see how they've been raring. But it only makes matters worse. They call me, showing off the time of their lives, and experiencing everything that makes up the college experience. It seems almost frustrating and feels unfair. And I'd be lying if I said that I hadn't been jealous of them. But why does change have to be incredible for some and painful for others? Interestingly, music has been a way for me not only to take myself out of this confusion, but provide answers at the same time.
There's a certain feeling of normality that occurs after some time. It may not be your initial idea of normal, but over time it becomes, for all intents and purposes, your new mode. It's a new way of life that you should start to feel confident in. There isn't any roadmap or set of rules that you have to follow, but it's a fresh start that you have the freedom to take control of. There will always be times when I think about that Taco Bell but it's just a part of this new journey, and nostalgia should be seen as a blessing, not a hurdle, that I keep with me. As time continues to run, I realize that I have to make the most of it. It's important to keep what I hold important close to me, but at the same time, push myself to be open to growth. We have to embrace the change that we face and give ourselves the ability to change for the better. It's a lesson that I've begun to realize over the last 2 months of living in New York City, and it's something that I need to apply to my life moving forward. I know that I will continue to think about my home and everything that I used to be surrounded by, but I know now that I am moving into an era of my life that, while it has no certainties, is important in shaping the next era of my life.
Where's my taco?